What's up, everybody? The Cavs are back. We know our man Stubbs is jacked up in the chat. What's up, Stubbs? How are we doing, man? What's going on? No caveats. We got here down low. Justin, how are we doing, man?
Hey, you know what? We're chilling. We're having a positive day, pushing positive vibes, pushing P over here. I hosted a stand-up show at a venue not to be named last night. It was a great show. We had a fire lineup. People you've seen on Kimmel, Tonight Show,
It was a good lineup.
Chappelle Show. Then in the morning, I got an email they canceled the show. So
that's crazy too. Like I was thinking about this a little bit more. It's crazy to get that email like immediately the next day. You know what I mean? Like they didn't even
say thank you. that's what I'm hot about. They didn't even say thank you. Oh, you fact our video. You put people in this venue when it was. Oh, am I still here? All right.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
My screen blanked out. You put people in this venue in a rainy January day in New York. That's not how it operates here in the winter. There was people there. You had sponsors. We were pushing breweries. But they were like, nah, y'all got to get the fuck out of here.
Like they didn't even have a meeting with everybody yet. You know what I'm saying? Like not everybody was at work yet for their staff, and they still like one person came in there like, let's fire this email out. That's crazy.
There's no show after us because they couldn't get one. The show yesterday was canceled because they didn't have attendance. But hey, fuck us. So
you know what, dude? Let's find a new spot, dude. Let's find a new spot.
Hell yeah. So hey, if you're in New York and you got a venue, holler at me.
Yeah, man. That's wild. That is wild too, because I even messaged you this morning, right? Like I reply to a DM? I can't remember what it was, but I was like seeing the photos. Oh no, that's when I texted you guys. I was seeing the photos. I was like, damn, man, they're bringing people. They're like, it looked full. Take a sip,
hey
baby.
man.
Take
But
a sip.
sometimes you gotta. This is the growing pains, man.
Yeah, you're in your. I'm trying to think of a good comp. I mean, you're in your Kyle Kuzma era right now.
Yeah. We were on the Lakers. I guess we were miscast in the wrong spot, and now we're out here in Washington, flourishing
and looking good
in sweaters. Yeah.
Steve, what's going on with you, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was in New York City pretty recently, and I was doing online video content for Too Good. If you don't know what that is, it's a music publication. You should definitely follow them on Instagram. It's GUUD_2 TOO. And I was interviewing a great artist, Section 2. He has phenomenal music, and he's like a big basketball nerd. So I was like, all right, let me talk basketball with him in this interview. And so I said, what's your top 5, not all time, right now in the NBA? And first person he said was Steph Curry. So I'm like, all right, cool. Kind of a weird take because the man's been injured, but okay. Second player he said, guys, Bradley Beal. And at that point, the nigga holding the camera on set goes at me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, bro, I can't just question him right now because it's a music interview. This isn't a sports show.
Man, I love Bradley Beal. I love Brad.
Nice. When the video drops, Mike, I did exactly that. You guys have to go follow him. But the third person he said, who the fuck was it? Julius Randle. And I was like, all right, you're from New York, whatever. Yeah. Yo, the fourth person, guys, boom. No, what? Yo, fifth person, Embiid. I was like, yo, this is the wildest top 5. Cameras are off. We're kicking in. I'm saying thank you so much for doing this interview. And then the camera guy goes, yo, my man, that was the wildest top 5 I heard in like 6 years. And he goes, yeah, I just named my starting 5 in my fantasy draft in 2K.
What's crazy is it's not thematic, right? Like you can get weird bull if you just start listing like tall, lanky, underappreciated dudes, right? You can list Bradley Beal if you're just gonna go like straight buckets, but they all can't be on the same list.
That's a good 2K team though. I'm not gonna lie. A good 2K team. Shout out him for like drafting all them, but Section 2, go check out his music.
That reminded me, I was on, I did, shout out to Eitan Levine, by the way, and Drexel Clemens. I did their show this week on Amazon Prime called Game Breakers. And like they have to talk about all of the sports, right? So they got to know a little bit about everything. And then I come in for 25 minutes to talk basketball, and I can feel like I'm deep in it right now. Like I know I can tell you like second rotations on the Houston Rockets, and I'm starting to like give an example of something, and I can see like the looks on their face being like, dude, we're not watching the Rockets, man. Like we don't. And I had to keep, and I would say things that I knew were to be facts, but then would say like, oh yeah, I think the Nets won both their games this weekend, beating the Jazz and like whatever, but trying to make it seem like I was with them. Like, yeah, man, I barely know, but I was like, no, I definitely know, but I saw it happen in their face, and I was like, all right, man, I gotta pivot, I gotta slow down. We gotta not talk about Houston's second rotations, but let Alfred Şengün cook. You know what I'm saying? But we've all been on that other side of just being like, yeah, yeah, no, I saw that. Oh man, let's get it. We got some good stuff today, though. So the All-Star Game starters are gonna be announced in like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. And when that happens, we'll talk a little bit about that. But I think like the most important thing, like if there was ever a topic that people were gonna tune into this show for, it's probably what happened in LA with the Grizzlies last week. That had nothing to do with the Lakers, really. It was just Shannon Sharpe versus the city of Memphis. I don't like what I feel like you guys saw it live. I think I fell asleep. I think I woke up to text from you guys that it went down. What like first reactions when that happened?
The love for LeBron James needs to stop. LeBron James will never, ever do that for Shannon Sharpe. You gotta stop hugging his nuts, bro. It's just, bro, you're gonna insult someone's son in front of the dad over a motherfucker that's not your blood, not your kinfolk. You was never on a team with him. What's wrong with you, bro? And he was saying crazy shit. Y'all some hooligans, fake thugs. Y'all not playing ball. Then the man goes on Twitter, telling journalists, yeah, I wasn't scared of nothing. Fuck Dylan Brooks. You ain't say fuck Aquaman.
Yeah.
You ain't say fuck my son from New Zealand. Because you know you was gonna get robbed. You know what it was, bro. You picking with the wrong people. Dylan Brooks looks like a barber, bro. My man Steven Adams looks like he could box after he's done playing ball, bro. Like, come on. Shannon Sharpe, you a bitch.
You know what I thought was funny about that too? Because like he did that very choreographed apology like on Monday or Tuesday, whatever it was. But like, you know, when something happens in the heat of the moment, and then like afterwards, you're like, okay, my bad. That like I wilded out a little bit. That's not what happened. Like after it happened, he still tweeted out all those things and like talked to reporters and stuff. Like it took 2 days for him to be like, you know what? Maybe I popped off a little. Like, I don't know, Justin. What about you? You're a big Skip Bayless guy, right? So this was like huge for you.
I genuinely am confused. I stopped watching those sports, the sports talk shows. Here, overarching take. I think PTI ruined politics because it changed how we do television, and then every political show became a shitty version of PTI. And
that's a good take. That's a great take. I didn't think that's where you were going. That is a great take.
But that so like I don't fucking watch those shows. I don't watch those two dudes debating about nothing and blowing everything out of proportion shows. So I'm genuinely confused of the popularity of Skip Bayless still and Shannon Sharpe on that show, that people watch Fox Sports at all.
Yeah,
that people know what channel that is. I'm confused by that. I'm also confused, but what is LeBron doing? All this like, yeah, Unc, I love you, Unc. You LeBron. You supposed to be the top of the chain, dog. There's no, what is this deferential shit? You owe in like an NBA legend. It should stop with you. Like I hate to do it. I hate this, but it's not some shit Jordan would do. All right,
no,
Jordan.
It's true though.
Jordan has his own myth. The intimidation is Jordan. It's not because Jordan is backed by some overly brolic former football player. Like that's all weird. What does Shannon Sharpe do? Like talking during the game. Another thing. What are these media personalities doing getting involved in the game? Sit your ass down. Like Dylan Brooks was telling him in Ja. Truly sit your ass down. Don't get into the game and then the next day, what's the story about you? This
is going to come off harsh, but if he was good at media, that wouldn't have happened. Do you know what I mean? Like if he was someone who was good, like Jalen Rose, that would never happen. Like I don't think that would ever happen because Jalen Rose is good at his job. Like I think, and I just mean like I think Shannon needs this stuff in order to maintain relevancy. Like he clearly, right? He tried to do the CBS show. That didn't work out for him. He tried to do the ESPN. That didn't work out. Like, this is it. This is like the last stop. So I feel like this is grasping for straws. But the other thing I want to say too, right? Like when we get a little bit more information about how it went down, like even how Shannon Sharp was explaining it, he started it.
Yeah.
Like that's what's even crazier. It wasn't like Dylan Brooks, the devil did like, cause I hate Dylan Brooks. I was ready to take Shannon Sharp's side. And he was like, "Oh, you can't guard him." And Dylan Brooks was like, "Shut the fuck up." And then he got mad, and I'm like, "Wait, what? Why? Hold on. You mean he responded accordingly? Like, what are you talking about?" I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And then because he was wearing a nice cardigan, like nobody cared the next day. It was like, "Dude, the cardigan was tight though."
The fit was fine. The fit was fine.
That cardigan was kind of crazy.
Was he good at football though?
Yeah, he's like good? Yeah, he's one of the best tight ends of all time. Indisputably. So
this is gonna sound hella disrespectful. Is he like Shaq? Like he don't know what he's talking about, but he's there because he's him?
Yeah, he's a little bit more like Shaq's at least funny. Like I think Shaq is like he's a dumb. No, Shaq's dumb, but like I think he's got some comedic sense to him. I do.
I feel like Shaq just turned the TNT show to like Tosh.0 and he just be getting hella defensive. It's just a whole bunch of clips of motherfuckers missing layups.
You know what is funny? Like Shaq, like that is true. And I've seen a couple of clips lately this season where Shaq, like if Chuck makes fun of Shaq, he's fine with it. But if like Jamal Crawford or Candace Parker makes fun of him, he's like he gets really uncomfortable and upset. He's like, "You're not at my level right now." It's like, well, yeah. Candace is, man.
It's very funny when Candace Parker will know basketball and Shaq like, "No, that's not how you're supposed to play it." And then they'll bring up the tape and Candace Parker's like, "No, this is exactly what is correct." And Shaq
yeah, he just seems like what? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say he very much is somehow an uncle figure to these players. I don't know what it is like off the court that makes it that way, or maybe they feel like he is very much a player representative in the media, which maybe connects to all that like new media stuff. Since he's a former player himself and like advocates, but damn man, it's weird. I didn't realize so many people care.
I know
about him.
Do you think that LeBron's just happy another older guy was excited to see him like that? Because LeBron is like 20 years older than everybody else. That he was like, well, Shannon is closer to me than Dylan Brooks or Ja or any. You think like that's it, or is it because Skip hates LeBron and Shannon always goes to LeBron's defense? Is that like what it is?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely the latter.
Yeah.
You're right though. Michael Jordan would I hadn't thought about that. Michael Jordan would never.
That's not. I mean, I hate to do that comparison, but that's very truly not some shit he do. Michael Jordan would do some weird. Michael Jordan would like try to ruin Shannon Sharp's life off the court in some insane way.
Oh,
Michael Jordan would find whoever Shannon Sharp was at the game with, and then immediately try to bag them, and then put them on IG or something wild. I remember.
Go ahead.
Michael Jordan. This is a long time ago, but like Stephen A. Smith came to college and like did a talk, and he was like, "Oh, there's no cameras here. I'll tell you this Michael Jordan story." And it was about how like Jordan just like saw this dude at the club with a woman who was playing the next night, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna leave with her," and then dropped 50 on that dude, and just like that's the type of shit Jordan does. Jordan is like, "I'm gonna psychologically terrorize you." Jordan married at the time. Who didn't give a fuck? That's LeBron's over here calling people hunk. Jordan's trying to ruin your life.
Do you think Michael Jordan is behind his son hooking up with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife?
Oh my God.
Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah. You didn't see that on IG?
It's like official. It's on Insta now. Like,
this man is evil.
Yeah.
I hope there's a special place in hell for Michael Jordan because he can't be getting away with this. What?
Brother, he knows.
He's like,
Michael Jordan is getting a first row seat.
Yeah, bro, he is insane, bro.
He's like, Scotty, what did you say after the last dance? What was that? Say that again. Say it to my face. Michael Jordan Jr. Oh, Marcus, come here, man.
Yo, that
You
is
know, it's like that's what Jordan would do. That's some extra deep. Like he is clearly a fucked. He's clearly an insane man. But
instead of fuck them kids, it's get those kids fucked.
Hey yo,
hey yo. Oh man.
I love this. I thought we were going to talk about the Shannon Sharp thing for like 3 minutes, and somehow this became like a 15-minute segment. Oh, that's great. All right, let's get out of there. Let's get out of here. Well, all right. Do we no All-Star announcement yet? Right? Or someone was saying in the chat. Oh, shout out to Sam in the chat. Sam said the West was announced. We can wait till it's all announced and then get into it.
Oh yeah.
Also, Sleep saying MJ is the devil. Quinny's in the chat. Good to see Quinny. Yeah, let's talk. So we've got trade deadlines coming up. I think we got like 2 weeks now for the trade deadline, and we're seeing like a few more reports come out. Nothing like the only thing we've seen is Rui go to the Lakers for Kendrick Nunn. I saw on like Wizards Twitter, because like my Twitter's like all basketball now. They're like, dude, Kendrick Nunn had a dunk. And they were like, wow, maybe our GM's not that bad. We got Kendrick Nunn. And I was like, okay, guys, come on, dude. You know what? Everybody in the fucking NBA can dunk. You know what I mean? Like, even Peyton Pritchard throws it down. Like, anybody can dunk. Let's relax on Kendrick Nunn.
That's not the problem with Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah, like, it's not that he can't dunk. And they're like, oh, fooled him again. It's like, no, man. Yeah. But yeah, so Rui to the Lakers, Kendrick Nunn to the Wizards, couple of picks, like whatever. I don't think that does anything at all. But with some of the other big, like there's still a few names, like Miles Turner and John Collins have been on the trade deadline for like freaking ever. And what we figured we could do is go through some of these names and just be like, I don't know, where's like dream scenario that some of these people can end up. So why don't we start with one? I didn't put this one on our list, but we talked about him already. What about John Collins? Like John Collins, who's been on the trade deadline for 45 years on the Hawks. He's been rumored to go to Utah. He's been rumored to go to the Lakers. Even like someone on a podcast I was listening to was like Draymond for John Collins, who says no. I was like, whoa, that's wild.
Yeah, I heard that too. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Clearly, Golden State says no.
Yeah. Golden State isn't like, oh, dude, we need John Collins. No, it was the Ringer. Was that Waz? Was it Waz that threw that one out there?
I don't know. It was too wild for me.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Where's your dream landing spot here for John Collins?
For the drama, I'm gonna say for the drama, keep him in the Eastern Conference. Have him in Beantown. Have him drinking some clam chowder. Have him in Boston. Just for the drama. Just so if they ever play each other in the playoffs, it's like extra hate for Trae Young.
I like that. I feel like they could use it big too. So I'm okay with that. I wonder. I don't even know what the Celtics would give back for John Collins, because I feel like the Hawks aren't trading him because they're expecting to get like a lot back. But I like that. I like Boston. I don't know, Justin. What about you? Do you have any Collins wish lists?
So I've been constricted by the numbers, but I was trying to find a way to get John Collins on the Warriors for real, but not for Draymond, but just for the young cats. But they don't have the contracts to make that happen.
No.
Ooh.
What about are you looking at it right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Can I give you one? What if I don't know if we can do this, because I don't know if could the Nuggets have a couple of trade exceptions? Could the Nuggets move like Bones Highland, Jeff Green, a couple of their trade exceptions and like maybe a pick or something for John Collins?
You want that though?
Jeff Green was still in the league.
Yeah, bro, he's doing good. He's doing all right, bro.
Yeah, he's legally required to get 3 poster dunks a year. He's got 2 so far, so we'll get another one.
But you would give up Bones though? I like Bones off the bench, man.
I do. I love Bones. I do love Bones, but like I was thinking about what their trade assets are, and like Bones is nice, but Bones is not like, I don't know,
man. Bruce and Bones coming off the bench,
I mean,
I like that. I wouldn't do that for John, because you also got my man 50. You got Aaron Gordon. Like, you don't really need John.
Aaron Gordon has if you ever want to give Jokic the MVP, all you got to do is look at Aaron Gordon's numbers this year. Aaron
crazy.
Gordon. People are like, should Aaron Gordon make the All-Star team? First of all, no. But
No.
it's like he shouldn't. But his numbers have been wild this year.
I think the Nuggets right now, like that roster is tight.
It's so good.
Bench is tight, starting five. Even though Michael Porter Jr. he's a little stinky.
Yeah.
He's a little stinky, but the rest of the dudes is solid.
Yeah, they have been good. They have been good. Yeah, I don't know where I feel like John Collins ends up not going. I feel like they just don't do it. They don't move him anywhere.
I think they've been holding out too long, and it's not like. I mean, the best case is just ride with it. I don't think they're at the point where they're gonna get rid of Trey.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. If they're like winning games now, Hawks are like,
and they.
Sorry, you.
No, saying they already got rid of talent. Like, oh, I'm on delay.
No, you're good now.
And Herter.
Yeah,
they already lost Herter, who's balling out in Sacramento.
Boy, he's having the time of his life.
Yeah, Atlanta's in a weird spot, but they kind of they're like winning games now in a row. Like so they seem to go down the crapper, and I was like, oh man, San Antonio just must be rolling in it right now, thinking all of the picks that they got from Atlanta. But then Atlanta ripped off a couple of wins. I feel like they might be okay. But the Herter thing is bad. And that was because of DeJounte, because they couldn't afford him. What about I feel like John Collins probably just stays. What about I want to find a spot for D'Angelo Russell, because I truly don't know who wants D'Angelo Russell.
Family, listen to this. All right, it's gonna sound mad. But listen to this stuff. They give up D'Lo, right, to Orlando for Markelle and a couple picks. Markelle goes to Minnesota, changes his whole shit up. D'Angelo goes to Orlando, changes his whole shit up, then gets a contract the next year. It works both for these two dudes that have been straight ass. Well, it's like a redemption. You remember that year when Matthew McConaughey won like an Emmy and then he won an Oscar? This is their year. This is their McConaughey, whatever that shit. This is the time for these two bozos. I'm telling you, bro. Win-win situation.
I like that because like the Magic have all these like long wings that can defend. They just got what's his name, Jonathan Q Isaac back. That was my attempt to make a QAnon joke. They got
too niche.
But I like that. So like you're not getting killed by his defense, and Markel's like low key been pretty good this year. He hasn't been like awesome, but he's been okay, and I think he would really help Minnesota. I like that for both teams. I like that. Yeah, Quinny's giving it to you. He says Steve's a hero. I love that. Yeah, we got to get D'Lo out of Minnesota though. I agree. I've been like, because in the morning show we go over a lot of the stats of like the night before, and it's almost like every time D'Angelo has a good game, they lose. And it's like it's not good. It's not good. Yeah, I like that. I don't know, Justin, you got a landing spot for him?
Oh, for Russell? Man, you know what? Is this wrong, but I don't feel like against a team enough to put Russell. I would be curious to see D'Angelo Russell in Dallas.
That's pretty good. That's another team that has defenders behind it, right? What about this one? Because I was thinking, what if
he would, and it would take the ball. Oh, sorry, I know we're on a lag, but it would take the ball out of his hands, and if he was fucking up, Luka has it, and if not, I mean, yeah, they really ain't got a lot of scores outside of like him, Christian Wood, who can't play defense, and Tim Hardaway, right?
I like that. And you got Dorian Finney-Smith behind him; he can help him out a little bit. Bring him off the bench. What about this one, though? I was thinking straight up, no other picks, nothing else involved, just D'Angelo Russell to Shanghai for Jimmer Fredette. Who says no?
Yo, man.
Jimmer not trying to come back over here.
That man is Leonardo DiCaprio up in China, boy.
Jimmer's probably got a no trade clause. He's like, I'm good.
Yeah, he's chilling.
I'm good. All right, let's take a break and go to the All-Star just because I'm seeing a lot in the chat about it. So let's talk some of this All-Star stuff. So, all right, our man Boston Base put it in the chat. So Giannis was named the captain, and it's going to be Tatum, Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and Donovan coming out of the East. So I think it's pretty pretty wild. Joel Embiid is not a starter, but I don't know what you do. And then in the West, you got LeBron as a captain, and then you got Steph, Luka, Jokic. All that makes sense. I think the one you can have an argument around is Zion being a starter. I mean, Zion was playing like a starter, but then he got hurt. But I don't know. Let's do the East first. What is it? I don't even know what. Wow, the Nets have 2 starters. That's nuts.
That lineup fucking stinks. Brooklyn should not be up there, bro. Why are we putting 2 bozos to start, bro? When Embiid, I don't know if you guys remember this, bro. We was talking hella shit about Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And they went from 6 to motherfucking 2nd.
Yeah.
So maybe someone who's injured and a fucking idiot shouldn't start.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was just looking at this today. Oh, I guess it's still Luka. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was Embiid now. But Luka is leading the league in scoring at, what is it? At 33 points. Okay, yeah, it's like a percentage point. Oh, it's because of last night's game. He only scored 26. So Embiid is scoring 33.4. He's only behind Luka at 33.8, and it's not starting. I mean, I do think the way it's set up, you can't start Embiid over Kyrie. Like, you can't do that. It's basically Giannis, Tatum, KD, and Embiid. You can only have 3 of those 4. So I think KD is putting up like MVP type numbers before he got hurt. So I get it. Yeah, but I guess that would be the biggest one, right? You switch Embiid for KD, and then I guess on the Kyrie stuff, the argument is Jaylen Brown over Kyrie. Is that what it is? I mean, if we're being honest, guys, like, I know we dunked on Kyrie a bunch. He's been insane. He's been so good.
Yeah, he's been amazing. I think the argument is the positions don't make sense, and Kyrie shouldn't be starting, and Embiid should. Yeah. If you're constricted by the positions, it is hard to argue.
Yeah. Just put Tatum at the 2.
You know, I just realized, man, I might hate Kyrie Irving more than LeBron James. You know why, bro? Because this motherfucker made that 3-pointer that crushed Curry's soul.
That's true.
And if he was never there, bro, what? Fuck Kyrie Irving, man. Then he went to Beantown, was a straight mark-ass buster. See, you don't know how he got. I don't give a fuck what points he's putting. I'm biased. But there's also not a lot of great guards.
No, well, right, because
the Eastern Conference, like, this shit is. I'm looking at the standings right now, trying to like pull a guard out my ass, and I'm like, yo, I can't even finesse it.
Like, I mean, it's Jalen. Jalen's he's averaging like 27 a game on the best team in the league. So it would be Jalen, which just feels like, if you're just looking at names and you're voting on this, you're like, oh, I'm not taking Jaylen Brown over Kyrie Irving, but that's who it should be.
Also, isn't he like a 2? I guess it's All-Star game, so it's like positionless. But
yeah, it's just 2 guards. Yeah, and I mean, like, Halliburton. Well, I don't know. You know what though? Shout out Donovan, who I make fun of more than anyone else in the league. He's like, no question, a starter. Like that. And if you had told me at the beginning of the year he got voted in, I would have been like, it was some TikTok campaign. Some Mormons got excited from Utah and just were like firing in the votes. But I mean, the dude scored 71. Like, he's earned it.
He's out of Utah.
He's out of Utah. He's jazzed about it. All right, let's look at those. So yeah, the biggest thing there is it feels weird seeing Kyrie, and it just feels so stupid that Embiid's not a starter. The one nice thing, you know how much petty bullshit we're gonna get from Embiid? Like, if you can bet on who wins the All-Star MVP right now, just go put some money on Embiid, because he's gonna try too hard. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And then, all right, so the West, we got LeBron as the captain, Steph, Luka, Jokic, and then Zion. And so I guess the 2 guards are Steph and Luka, and then the 3 bigs are LeBron, Jokic, and Zion. I don't know. What do we do there? What are we mad about?
No Ja.
That is pretty wild.
No Ja, man. I'm a Curry stan. That's my favorite basketball player, but you gotta give respect where it's due. It should be Ja up there, man. I'm not mad at the Luka. The Luka's fire.
No, and I'm surprised. Well, I guess Luka has the international component, and Steph is the guy. I'm surprised Ja didn't push one of them. in terms of like fan voting, right? John is going to start over Zion because Zion's injured, right? And probably will still be.
I think they still start a big though. I think it has to be a big because the guards are Steph and Luka. So I think it'll actually probably be someone like. I mean, if AD's healthy now, he played last night. I bet that's who it is.
I'm also not. I'm not mad at Zion making it. It's an all-star game. Zion is my top 3 all players I'm putting in an all-star game. He's playing well enough, and it's Zion. I want to see these games suck. I want to see big man dunk hard.
Yeah, you know where I'm at right now. I agree that the guard one feels wrong. I don't know how you don't put Steph and Luka as the first 2 in there. But I actually would take SGA over Ja, right? I mean, over Ja right now.
Whoa.
I mean, SGA, dude, SGA is averaging 30 points a game, 35-5 on a team that we thought was going to win like 5 games and is like legit almost in the play-in game right now. And I'm like, can you name 5 dudes on the Thunder right now?
Josh Giddey.
There we go.
Dort.
There we go.
Was it Pokey? Poppy? Whatever.
Poku?
Chet. Poku. You got Chet. Hey, man, this is all I'm saying about Ja Morant, right? SGA, God bless your heart, great baller, proud of you. This man, Ja Morant, has made hooligans. He's made a culture. He's made these motherfuckers look like 3-6 Mafia. They talking shit. Like the whole team changed. Like once he started being a star. So that's why I would take him over. But if SGA isn't a reserve, I don't know what the fuck you gotta do. Because that's ridiculous, bro.
I know I think he will, right? I think like when you look, that's how deep the West guards are, though, right? That you have Steph and Luka, and then immediately the next 3 in are Ja, SGA, Booker if he's healthy, and Dame. Like that's 6 deep for guards. Meanwhile, we're like, who's the second one in the East? I'm with you, Justin, though. I'm glad Zion's in. Like, that's how I felt about LaMelo 2 years ago, where it was like, I don't know. I just want to see LaMelo go run around. Like, just get him in there. He's fun. But yeah, that Adam said that in the chat too. If Ball would have played all season, maybe him. Yeah.
That would have been lit.
Let's go back to the trades, because I was just thinking about John Collins. We were just talking about the Grizzlies. I think that would actually be a good spot for John Collins.
Who would they give up though?
I think they have dude, all of their young guys are good. Like, so you give up Dylan Brooks, fucking someone else take Dylan Brooks. I'm so tired. Dylan Brooks is. Oh, go ahead.
He's their perimeter defender. Who do you get back to take up that?
Dude, Zaire Williams. Let Zaire Williams rise from the ashes up there. I was just about to say, I think Dylan Brooks is the defensive Jordan Poole, where he's just got like way too much confidence. Like way too much confidence.
It's a lot of gift and curse right there.
Yeah.
I agree. I see what you're saying.
But I do think, and maybe John Collins is not the guy. I was saying this morning. I think the Grizzlies have to make a move, though. Like because you look at their roster, right? They've got, like, they're just their bigs. Look at just their bigs. They have Steven Jackson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Brandon Clark, Xavier Tillman, like Santi Aldama will include him. They've just got like all these guys, and I feel like you can consolidate a little bit and get somebody else, just like someone who can like be a real difference maker. I don't want to say Jay Crowder, but like that type of guy who's just like tough, maybe has been around a little bit. So it's not John Collins. Now that I'm even talking about it more, I don't want John. Although John Collins did yam on Embiid in the playoffs. But something like that, right?
Would you mean a guy like, Bogdanovich?
Bogdan or Bojan?
Which one is on the Pistons? I forget.
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, like maybe him, right? He's played in the playoffs with the Jazz, and he can like knock down buckets. I think he's an okay defender.
Yeah, he can score. That's what it'd be. I just kind of perversely would like to see what Dylan Brooks does on the Pistons team as the number 1 option. If you trade Dylan Brooks in Compton for Bogdanovich, I think that'd be kind of fun.
Dylan Brooks is 2 bad teams away from Pat Beverly.
Okay. Let's not get crazy.
I don't mean talent-wise. I just mean energy-wise.
Was he talking like this before Ja had colors in his dreadlocks? That's what I need to know. I need to know if he was. This man is different. But if it's John Morant yapping at him, that's the Memphis culture, bro.
But I think they could get someone like Boyan though, Justin, like you were saying, without moving Dylan Brooks. Like I think they could just get him for like, dude, that dude Santi Aldama is really good. Conchar is really good. Like they got a lot of guys, not really good, but it's like good. Xavier Tillman, Zaire. Yeah, they could like move some picks and some dudes around. But I think they need, like, especially watching that game last night. I know it was a weird game, but they missed like 14,000 free throws. They should have won that game. It just feels like, I don't know. If we're here next year and they get knocked out in the second round, like what's the conversation around Memphis?
Oh, it's a turn. You've completed the turn. You go from the chirpy upstart to the brash contender, and if you lose, then is Ja good? It's immediately gonna turn into like media circus. T. Morant needs to stop coming to games. It's gonna be annoying.
Yeah, I hope they do make a move though. I mean, I love them. I think they're fun for the league. I like that they're both likable and a villain. You know what I mean? Like, and the best example of that is Steve one week said it's the team he hates the most, and then he came back the next week. He's like, I'm back in.
Shout out Memphis, man. Shout out the hooligans over there. You know who needs to make a trade though? I'm gonna come clean, man. Miami need to do some kind of trade, bro, because I don't know what the fuck going on. They need to get some kind of guard over there. Like, hey, man, all praises to Kyle Lowry, but yo, get Freddie over there. Even if they got Terry, scary Terry in Miami could be kind of wild. Now, do I know what the fuck the Miami have to give up? Not necessarily, but
no,
they need some kind of guard, like dead ass, like a young, quick, jinky, you feel me?
Well, with Charlotte too, it's not like they're trying to get good players back. You know what I mean? It's not like they're like, all right, we'll give you Terry, but they're like, no, we need losses. Can you give us losses back? And so as long as they get like, I don't know, one of their young dudes, maybe Nikola Jovic, get rid of that Duncan Robinson contract or something like that, and get I kind of like that too. I kind of like that.
I feel like Scary Terry will go crazy in Miami.
Well, let me ask you this. How do you think, especially after 2 years in Charlotte, how do you think Terry Rozier would do with Eric Spoelstra and Heat culture?
I think he'd be all right.
Okay, you think Terry's a Heat culture guy?
Yeah, he seemed like a dickhead. Jimmy Butler's a dickhead. Tyler Hero's a dickhead. Bam is a dickhead. It's like, oh, we're all assholes over here. Like, I think it could work out. And I feel like he works hard.
Yeah. So. I love that. I mean, I think that it immediately makes them better because, like, listen, Kyle Lowry, you had a great run, man. You were like one of the first likable floppers that I've ever seen play basketball. Everybody loves you in Toronto. You had a decent run in Miami, but I mean, the Lowry era is over.
Nah, yeah, it's a pack-up. They just need to get him out there. He's not doing nothing for them. Because what place are they? 6th, 7th?
I think they're let me double check. I think they actually moved into 6. They like sneaking. They beat the Celtics this week, but the Celtics were without everybody, but the Heat were also without who is it?
Jimmy?
Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy. It was Jimmy. Yeah, the Heat are in the 6th seed. They are 2 games behind Cleveland, 3 games behind the Nets, and then like far away from everyone else. I like that. That's a good one, Steve. That's a good location for Scary Terry.
Thank you. They just need to do something.
Yeah. Here's one that I guess I was trying to mess around with. I think I'm looking at The Athletic, and they had it first, so I'll give them credit. But one that was proposed was the Pistons, once again, me staying over the Bogdanovich land. Bogdanovich for Pat Beverly, Lonnie Walker, and the Lakers first.
For both first picks? For both firsts?
Just one first.
Just one?
Which man, I don't think the Pistons do, because I think we're bad and we're gonna be bad, so we don't. But you could take a flyer on players like Lonnie Walker and like have some young talent. I don't know. Bogdanovich isn't gonna do anything and won't be on the Pistons next year. It's just a matter of which trade they take.
Yeah. God. Do you think I was talking about this the other day? Do you think the lottery is gonna be rigged for Wembanyama to go to Detroit?
They wouldn't rig. Yeah, they would rig it to a better team.
Yeah, they would rig it to like a more like marketable, fun place. I've only heard like crazy shit about Detroit.
Who played in France last week? Detroit.
I mean, yeah, Detroit and the Bulls, but
Yeah.
that's because I think that they were scouting.
Yeah, Cade Cunningham had a shin injury since high school. He had surgery this year. He's had his injury since he was like 17. He decides to have it this year. Killian Hayes, the French mentor.
Oh goodness!
You might be,
wait, is it Killian? You see Killian is the agent of Deep State?
This is so rare. This like fantasy game in the NFT land for fantasy basketball. Killian Hayes partnered up with this company So Rare, which is like a French company, and he like created his top 5. And like, dude, shout out Killian Hayes, but he was like, of course I'm taking Giannis number 1. And then he gets to number 5 and he's like, Killian Hayes. Bet on his own. Also, Weisberg was saying too, Rozier and Jovic. Rozier for Jovic and Duncan Robinson works under the cap, so that Miami deal could happen. I like that one.
I like that. Yeah.
Duncan
all
right, Robinson. So remember him?
Yeah.
Oh God. R.I.P. R.I.P. He's just the one J Redick.
Here's the thing I've been trying to find. I've been trying to find a trade for Eric Gordon, and I can't find anything that makes sense.
Man, fuck Eric Gordon, bro.
No, I know he's not good enough to get a long discussion, but I feel like I watched him play in high school, so I have a personal affinity, and he's just still in the league on Houston.
Sorry. No, you go, Steve.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Eric Gordon has been on trading block for like 7 years. That, like not even trying to be like he was on trading block when James Harden was in that bitch with like Chris Paul. Like fuck Eric Gordon. Nobody wants him. He's not fun to watch. He looks like an asshole. I hate Eric Gordon.
So I'm going the other way with Eric Gordon. I think Eric Gordon might go down as one of the unluckiest basketball players of all time. Like every time he was in a good situation, he either got hurt or he got traded. Like when it was like Clippers and Lob City, they were like, Gordon, you're on your way out. Don't worry, Anthony Davis is here in New Orleans. They're like, well, here's an injury for you, son. Like he just kept. And I came around on Eric Gordon. It was this season. He got interviewed after a game, and he was like, what do you think about the growth of the team so far this year? And he's like, we haven't grown. And he was just like, there's been no development. Like, no one's gotten better. And I was like, dude, this guy wants to be traded so bad.
I mean, can you imagine being in a locker room with Jalen Green, Kenyon Martin Jr., and Kevin Porter Jr.?
Oh my God, I mean,
that doesn't seem fun.
I'm not scared of Kenyon Martin Jr. I'm just scared of his dad coming around. Kenyon Martin Jr. seems dope, but his dad is scary as hell. I think, and Kevin Porter Jr. too. I mean, Kevin Porter Jr. might as well have gotten into comedy because he's got that type of energy. Also, you know what? I feel like we haven't talked about this. I just thought John Wall already said that shit ain't fun. Can we just talk about the John Wall podcast appearance from last? I mean, that's one of the best heat checks I've ever seen in my entire life. I'll hear saying that he was like, when he was talking about like, oh yeah, the Cavs didn't want any of this. Like the Cavs are so happy we lost in the round before. And then like doing the matchups, he's like, yeah, Ilgauskas versus Gortat. That's a wash. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, he was just sorry, I'm okay. He was just saying shit.
He really was. He was just saying shit. He really was.
Although the story, I will say the story about him hitting up James Harden and James Harden being like, "I'm going to little baby birthday pull up." It's 100% probably what happened.
That was really good.
That is funny though. Can you imagine you just get like traded and you like hit up the star player and you're like, no, I'm going to party. Fuck this.
Between that and DeJounte Murray, it really was like a Hall of Fame like podcast week. Because DeJounte, I mean, the San Antonio Spurs must just be like just so happy. Just so like the stuff about Tony Parker was just so good. And I'm like, yeah. Tony Parker's a dickhead, but you know,
it's a legendary scumbag. legendary scumbag in the NBA. Let's be clear.
But I like that he was like, man, I think it's messed up. Tony Parker didn't stay here to mentor me. Like, that's not his job. Go get paid.
It did remind me that Tony Parker played on the Hornets. I think I completely forgot.
Yeah,
he was ass, bro. He was ass.
Yeah, for the record, guys, I'm not like pro Tony Parker's personal life. I'm not circling the wagons on. I'm not anti Brent Barry. It's none of that. All right, it's none of that.
I just want to remind everybody that the Drake Chris Brown fight that happened in a club also involved Tony Parker.
Yeah, that's right. Right, was that when he got like a cut in his eye or something? Right in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
What? For real though?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Tony Parker be really outside. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Hey man. All I know about Tony Parker, he had that whack ass song on NBA Live 07. Balance-toi. 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 That shit was terrible. Even if you translate that shit, turn that shit off, bro. We not trying to hear you rap, my G. Just stick to the floater.
Also, what kind of deal did the NBA Live have? Like, was Tony Parker like, you can't have my rights unless I can rap? Like, can you imagine Dame doing that for 2K? He's like, I'm not in the game unless too much tracks.
Oh my god.
All right, let's I can't think of any like sexy trade targets. Did we? Because I like Kuz, or I guess Fred VanVleet. Do you guys want to talk about Fred VanVleet for a little bit? I know he's like in the news a little bit about as somebody who might get traded soon. Like, because the Raptors are really in a weird spot, man. It doesn't make any sense. I feel like they should be good. It doesn't make any sense, but I don't know. Fred, how are we feeling about Fred?
I don't know where the hell he could go, because it's like he's not really like a pure point guard, and his shot has been rocky, not that great on defense. It's like, unless he like, if you want to be like a 6-man, he will be lit on like so much teams, but he's definitely a dude, like he's been to the All-Star game, so he's like, I want to start, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't know what's like a good fit for him. Maybe the same thing is like Miami, because they kind of need like a guard, I guess. And if his shot comes back, it could be lit. But and then you get Kyle to end his career back like where he was popping. That could be tight. But I honestly don't know. Him and Kuzma, those are two people where I'm like, I know they're on the block, but where can they flourish? You know what I'm saying?
I know. Weisberg's actually was saying was agreeing with you too, saying he could go to Miami and like the similar deal that we talked about for the Rozier one. Yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of like I think. Oh yeah, Tesla up here saying Raptors won't sell low because Masai won't fire sale his guys. I think I kind of agree with that too. Like I think Fred, they like not respect Fred, but they value Fred, so they're not gonna like just sell him for the sake of selling him. And I agree. Like, I just like don't know what the deal. Like, I don't know a team that's going to overpay for him. Yeah, I don't know. And I still root for him, man, but I totally agree. Like, I don't know who's like, oh, that's like the missing piece, right? Normally it's like, we need shooting. We need a defender. We need a big man, right? No one's like, we need a guard that is also a liability.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the rest of it. Like the Kuz is the same thing. So Washington's like pretty sure they're going to re-sign Kuz because that's like, they like, and maybe that tweet that Kuzma sent out like 2 weeks ago saying like, yeah, dude, I like the food here. Maybe that was the sign. They were like, we got him.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
I've seen a lot of people say that the sign was them getting rid of Rui and just like, clearing up space because Rui's restricted. I think if we're just going down, like I'm looking at athletics trade deadline big board, I think it might just kind of be a very mid trade deadline. Miles Turner probably returns to the Pacers. I don't see Collins moving. I don't see the Pistons moving. Bogdanovich. I don't see Kuz moving. I think we might get a trade of like a dude you kind of heard of. Maybe a Rozier.
Plum Dog. The Plum Dog. Get him out of Charlotte.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
I like that. I like Charlotte's rookie, so I just keep rooting for Plum Dog to get traded. Because shout out Steve Clifford. Steve Clifford don't give a fuck about rookies, man. He's like, their team's down 30. They're down 30, and there's like 5 minutes left, and he's like, LaMelo, Plumlee, PJ, come on, like we're gonna get you back in the game. Like, what are you?
Is he from the Tibbs school?
Yeah, he's got real Tibbs energy, except he's never coached a good team. Like, I don't even know if he's a bad coach. He's just been like Charlotte, Orlando, Charlotte. Like, come on.
Charlotte, Orlando, Charlotte.
That's not even a bit. That's what's happening.
I know. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy.
Weisberg was saying, too, oh, man, this would be such a sad trade. John Wall and Reggie Jackson for Fred VanVleet. Just like poor Toronto if that happens. Just that works under the cap.
They're not putting him on the squad.
No.
I don't know if I would be respectful. I don't think teams are getting John Wall in a trade.
That's fair. He did have that 1 3-minute stretch against Washington in Washington when everyone was like, fucking back. Oh man, we should talk. I don't think he's getting traded. Marco was saying Lillard to Dallas. I don't think Dame actually gets traded, but man, Portland needs to do something. Portland is broken. Yeah, like they start off so hot, lost a bunch of games. They basically, they do the CJ deal so that they can do a different version of Dame and CJ. They just do it with Dame and Simons. Nurkic is getting older. Yeah. I don't know what they do.
I'm gonna come clean. You think Dame is like upset that CJ is flourishing in New Orleans? Because they could have just kept it, bro. Like they didn't even have to do all of that shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like CJ is like one of the most underrated like NBA players, and it's just like y'all traded him to get absolutely nothing. Like y'all didn't get nothing.
I would have been fine with it if they tried to do something different, but they legit rolled out like another version of the thing that already didn't work,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
But
CJ went to
I don't know what they could do.
The perfect team.
I know.
Yep, bro. He is, bro, flourishing, chilling, good food, great teammates, throwing alley-oops, step backs, 3-pointers. He's chilling. And wait till Brandon come back. They're gonna be bugging. Nah.
I know, and I mean, he really is having like the best year of his career too. Like he's been great. And I don't know what Portland has to make a decision on Jeremy Grant, and if they sign Jeremy Grant, I feel like they're stuck forever. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they're in a weird spot because they're not good. Like there's no world. Like they're playing and then lose. Right? They're essentially the Utah Jazz, except we thought Utah was going to be worse, so we're like nicer to them.
Oh my God.
Right? Like
that's accurate. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, we love Dame. I think Dame's all he scored 60 points last night. It was crazy.
21 out of 29 is nuts.
What I was so blown away by too, I assumed it was like he had 60 points and 1 assist, right? Like I thought it was something like that. And it was like, no, 60 points, 8 assists, 7 boards. Like he had a full stat line. Yeah. Yeah, and they barely won. No, they didn't barely won. They won, but I don't know. All right, let's
go
ahead
in the chat. Just Portland's ownership situation making them kind of shitty because Paul Allen died, and now it's a different owner.
Copy.
Yeah, or I think family or whatever, but it's just that always affects.
They are in a weird spot. Let's do let's wrap here. We got let's do a couple of grades for the season. I love that. I thought we barely had enough stuff to get us through an hour, and now we're we talked about 3 trade candidates because shout out Shannon Sharp and Michael Jordan for getting let's do a couple of grades. I'll throw a team out. You tell me, and we're not going to do the obvious ones. We'll try to do some of the middle of the road ones. I'll throw out a team. You let me know what their grades are, and however you want to grade it, whether it's 1 to 10, A to F, or just something weirder. I think we got to start with the Bing Bong boys, right? We got to start with the Knicks. So the Knicks, currently the 7 seed, 26 and 23. Seems like they win 5 in a row, lose 3 in a row. They just go on streaks. You got regular season Randall, RJ. I don't know Steve, what do you think about the Knicks?
A good old C-. And I have one thing to say. We could have got Donovan and we got Jalen Brunson. Just
Jalen Brunson's been cooking though.
Fuck Jalen Brunson. They're 7th place. Donovan's 4th, bro. Fuck Jalen Brunson. What the fuck are y'all talking about, bro? There's no W's. I don't give a fuck what you doing if New York is the top 3, bro.
But you're only 3 games behind the Cavs.
Are they?
Yeah, they're only 3 games behind the Cavs.
And you trust Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, who co-owns a bar with the guy from The Leftovers and Cousin Greg, to be 3rd place.
Weisberg saying you could have done Brunson and Mitchell. That is true.
Serious?
Well, right, yeah, that is true because Brunson was just a free agent signing. That wouldn't have affected the deal too much.
Yeah,
that is terrible. I hate New York Knicks.
You know what? I'd honestly give him a B.
Yeah.
Julius Randle's playing. He came back from the bad season he had last year and is playing better. They are going to give one of them an all-star appearance. It might be Randle. They're not that great, but the roster is not that great. And I think they're playing up to expectation, which I feel like is a solid B. Also, the Knicks being good means Nets tickets are like $20 to $50 cheaper on average, which is a personal benefit to me, someone who lives in Brooklyn. So
they really are. I agree with you. I think that's where I would land. I think they're like C plus B minus in that they're exactly what I thought they were going to be, which is like boring. I don't care about it.
Can I jump in and just give a team? I know you're going to throw some out.
No, go for it.
Oh yeah, Detroit Pistons, D minus. Have you tried to watch a Pistons game?
Yes, because at the beginning of the season, I was like, the Detroit Pistons are my League Pass team. I took the biggest L on League Pass team of the year because I thought it was going to be Pistons and Rockets. And both of those teams are legit unwatchable. Rockets are a little bit better now because Şengün's turned into a little Sabonis where he's just like getting random triple doubles. But the Pistons are unwatchable, man. It's just a lot of Amadou Diallo, a lot of Isaiah Livers.
Brother, look, in their last 10 games, they gave up 150 to the Bucks. They gave up 147 to the 76ers, 135 to the Trailblazers. They are horrible. They really are so bad. All their games are over by the second quarter.
Right away.
It's that weird basketball where you're like, oh, they're losing and this isn't fun. There's just like a consistent blowout. No part of it is fun. Jaden Ivey is so fast and so athletic, and you just watch somebody get to the rim quick and miss a layup, and you're just like,
It is. It's like, wow, dude, he can really use his physicality to get to the rim. Oh, well, he's going to finish. I will say, you know what the one bright spot has been, Justin? Jalen Duren's been nice. He's been like,
Jalen Duren's going to be nice. I think the future is bright. Don't get me wrong. Isaiah Stewart, I think, is still hitting threes. It's just brutal to watch. Just fucking brutal. Bogdanovich very much has that dude at the rec who's just getting his exercise in energy.
He's like not talking to his teammates, getting to his spots.
He gets his 20 and goes home.
Yep.
All right, let's hit one more team. We'll hit one more squad and then we'll get out of here. I'll find somebody on the West. I think this is a fun one. Let's do Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota Timberwolves, who it sounds like a real shit show, right? But they're 25-25. They're currently in the 8 seed, a half game behind both the Suns and the Mavericks. They're only literally 1.5 games out of the 4 seed to like host the series. We haven't heard from Karl Anthony Towns in like 3 months, which it was like a 4 to 6 week injury, and then he went off the map. The Rudy trade, whatever, but I don't know. Where do you land with the Wolves? We go, Justin. You go first this time.
Ooh, with the Wolves, man, it's hard not to give them a C minus. I think D is a little harsh, but they're in the same spot they were last year, except it's not fun and it doesn't seem like it's going to be getting better. Like we still have questions about what this team actually is. Cat is injured. Is that good or bad for them? Anthony Edwards is good, but he didn't make that like super. He's been great at times, but he isn't making it like superstar leap. It's just kind of like, and it's also like a weirdly unfun team.
Yeah, I agree with you. Sorry, I thought you froze. Yeah, I agree. I think they've been like super unfun. Anthony Edwards, I will say, like last couple weeks has been balling like 30 points a game or whatever. He's been good. I don't know, Steve. What about you?
I think they're a crazy time shit show, bro. They're like a D over here because it's only hostile vibes over there. Like everybody hates each other. Cat was talking shit about Anthony Edwards eating Popeyes. Nobody likes Rudy. D'Lo unfollowed everybody. Have you ever watched D'Lo play ball there? It looks like the saddest shit ever. He'll just throw the ball. Whenever he does a turnover, bro, he's either getting dunked on or they're just running by him, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's the saddest shit. Anthony Edwards looks like he hates everybody. It's either he looks like he hates everybody or he just doesn't care what the result of the match is. But I think they gotta do something, bro. Because it's like, I don't know if y'all remember this, bro. They said Anthony Edwards is Dwayne Wade with the jump shot. Family. Family. Do y'all remember that, bro? That is insane, bro.
Hey, was it? I think didn't Dwayne Wade win a championship his third year in the league?
Yes. You see what I'm saying, bro? That is the most crazy shit I've heard in a minute. Dwayne Wade with a jump shot. They should have smacked the shit out of you for saying something like that, bro.
That is crazy. I forgot all about that. Am I still frozen? Can you guys see me okay?
Yeah, me?
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
Man, yeah, that is crazy. I think like I feel like if the Rudy trade didn't happen, we'd be like, oh, C+. You know, we were hoping they were going to be a little bit better, but they aren't. But I think because of the Rudy trade, it's because the Rudy trade wasn't like, oh, this is going to be great for us for the next 10 years. This was like this year, next year, year after. Like it was an immediate impact. The one thing I will say, like, man, they haven't had Karl Anthony Towns. Like the fact that they're still where they are, maybe this could be a lot worse. I see Weisberg he's saying Wolves are a clear D+. No idea what the roster is minus all their picks. Also, they gave up Walker Kessler, like the rookie, who like legit's been playing as good as Rudy.
It's crazy, right?
But is like it. I mean, like
Yeah,
obviously
he's been
Rudy's
very good.
He's been great.
It's crazy, right?
He's been great, and it's funny because everyone's they're like, that's the worst trade in history. I'm like, all right, relax. But then you like look at it and you're like, well, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
It's bad, but didn't they give Kwame Brown for Paul Gasol though? That shit is what
Hey
the
man,
fuck?
hey, Kwame, I don't want no smoke. I know you got a lot of time on your hands.
Kwame's gonna find us.
He's about to get a Google alert. He's about to get a Google alert. Tesla,
don't put that in the tags.
Yeah. I will not put Kwame in the tags. Tesla, we went over it like 20 minutes ago or so. We talked some All-Stars. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Oh, good. Yeah.
Can I throw one quick out? We got to give them some love. We don't talk about it much. What would y'all give Sacramento Kings?
Dude, A+, dude. A+.
That is a
absolutely
fun team, bro.
Like the fucking beam.
Absolutely.
Woo!
They somehow made a corny thing cool. Like the beam is so corny, but it's like so far on the spec that I'm like, I'm into it.
I hope that they're third right now, right?
Yeah, third.
Yeah.
I hope they get out to at least the second round. I hope they're doing well. Sabonis crazy.
Dude, I know we've talked about this. Dude. Sabonis like broke his thumb, and they're like, "Hey, you need surgery," and he's like, "Not fucking today." And he's like, "I'm playing the rest of the season," because he's like, "I'm taking the Kings," and he's still putting up like triple doubles with only one thumb. Meanwhile, Christian Wood on the Mavs out 4 weeks with a thumb injury. So like, I suppose built different.
They got Herter balling. Keegan Murray is a good rookie. Trey Lyles be out there playing hard.
Yeah,
Trey
Lyles is the guy I'm super pissed off out if I have to play against in like a pickup game. Like,
oh yeah, you about to catch you about to catch a lot of body contact and elbows.
Yeah, he's like a little too sweaty.
I just want to give the Kings their due for being I think they're one of the best watches in the league. They're the fun team. A lot of these teams we talk about like a lot of expectation or it's like disappointment, but the Kings are straight fun.
Yeah, he said he tore fucking. I agree. I think they're so fun. Also, Stubbs 9 digits and balling is very funny. Yeah, they're super fun, man. And I like everybody dunked on them, myself included, for the Keegan Murray taking Keegan Murray over Jaden Ivey. And I still think Jaden Ivey's going to end up being like better long term. But Keegan Murray's legit. That team's fun. And also, what's his name? Mike Brown. Actually getting it done without LeBron too, right? Good for Mike Brown.
Hey.
Good for Mike Brown. Sacktown, baby. Light the beam.
Like the beam.
Like the beam.
All right, we'll be back next week. Steve, get us out of here.
This was the 89 Cavs, the best basketball podcast in the whole goddamn world. This is Justin. That's Mike. Once again, I'm Steve. May all your endeavors go well and all your jump shots be wet like water. Stay up like a hard dick. You heard me?